A phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve. Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no!
Trust me, Jill.
We don't have to do this! Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. Prove yourself! In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking. Razor guard. All this fire and fury. And for what? Stopping the blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were somehow seen enough, if reason cannot sway you, there are other reasons persuasion than madness. Cast off the chains. You've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed. you would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation! And abandon everything we hold dear!
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours. And not your gods!
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back! I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice, where it led. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabus has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
Then maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabus said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then
burden. I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. My life to those I love, and I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
What of Barnabus? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last Mother Crystal.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so. I should visit Joshua, assuming Tali will allow it.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mine's just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area's either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
How are you doing? Here you go. Seen enough?
How was she? The Enterprise.
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermal amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly...
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd...
Oh...
So?
We've got a couple of examples here.
All fallen, so this smell...
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. And what's more, they're directional. We've collected as many as we can.
So you want me to visit some ruins?
That's it, and we're only 3 short. There's one up Amber Way, and another in the Silent South, over in...
All right then.
Build it.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic,
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for us?
Canva lost? It can't be true.
have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? The stew's awfully thin these days.
What do you expect? Farmers are abandoning their fields.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of papio nuts and all.
Yep. Yeah. The weight of all that shit. Clever girl, that one. Not saying for you, dear. Not bad, if I do say so myself. That it? Fine.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me.
My Lord Marquis, that some of my fellow Guardians are to build a new home there.
It's true.
I have many fond memories. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but...
Oscar, I'd like you...
But my training is not yet complete.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. But I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Rebuild her home.
Thank you. I will not forget this kindness, my lord.
Aye, it's a dangerous world.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. What subject shall we consider today? Did you learn everything you needed?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
How do you split the sea, you reckon?
I reckon we're better off not knowing.
Back again? What is it that you wish to learn? Study it well, Clive. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Clive! Here you go. Why?
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Eld, not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title.
And what does he want with North?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold. A foundation he's already secured.
He would rob the...
Believe me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking out against a man whose stated aim is the captain can offer them a regular supply. No, forgiven.
Who could blame?
Clive, would you, for your... And unlike... Well...
I'll see what I can...
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison.
Oversee.
All right. I may have met this duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison, and I shall see it but tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or...
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn...
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. The pride of place, in fact, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme. The Empire wants for a capital, and... we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are soon enough.
I fear you underestimate. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sandbreck is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government, one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so, and yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from...
I suspect.
Precise. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I wonder what the people... It wouldn't hurt to ask. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
All right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy... And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Why? Your stall is...
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get you build a life for yourself somewhere earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, we'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
You're the one who was talking to his eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but what do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with if the Duke can get us cement and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards.
I left everything.
As long as you
in the
remain,
capital.
the veil will
Thank
protect
you.
you.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet...
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the...
Well, I mean, look around us. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain.
For you? Sir, thank you for last. How can I help?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke. Do you intend to go along?
But to tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the...
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved.
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love is... Well, thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive, were you able to...
I was.
Well, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople. They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more. I fear he sees the people as mere pawn. Needless to say, they themselves are of it. The soldiers meanwhile, and not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise. Thank you for
I don't know about...
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
Why?
Because I realised what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to stand together. With you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they...
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. We have only to turn our attentions to the true... Thank you, Philippe.
Anything. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the Guard?
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Them, especially with men like you and Philippe. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke. In the stubborn belief that... But I suspect I shall... Until then.
Until then.
What's happened? God.
Ah, Clive, you'll be pleased.
to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right.
Well, thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at...
You had no opportunity?
None at all.
El? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if El's off fighting for the cause, So I bid you I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then. And better not keep Eloise waiting. What's happened? Constantly. What I wouldn't give for a hot meal. This is the end of this. When are they gonna let us through? Ready, go? hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried?
I did. And if what he said was true, they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them free.
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountain. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off. They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you.
Hold on, Theo. Come on. That'll do, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led that. We just have to...
I can do better. creatures have already turned. Can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. This one! Over here! Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! land. And so will you!
Hell.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye. El.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would fight.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds. Just as you freed...
I would be lying how much easier my life might have devoted myself to... But I have never regretted that being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. It was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. Why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on. We can make a difference here. I need nothing more so I'll carry on doing what we do. Bringing smiles to people's faces and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together, then.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know how.
Take that, you naughty...
Clive! To what do I
just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought...
since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. And firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. Speaking of menace, there may be a rather worrying one.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in and they have formed and they grow.
We'll fight them all off, just like, won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid one...
How could I
Thank Victor, I have him stationed by the...
I'll go and...
What's the difference between a
Everyone
lord and a
around
man?
town saying Master Lubor's going
That's
to be the
easy. One of...
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalimil.
Ah, sick.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnus by now.
I did. I've developed something of a... Having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, a sentiment Master Lubor's...
You're not the only...
What is it?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bat, and he said that you might be able to help me find...
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity, but we must strike together. And
all right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the...
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since...
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until... Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, if you would consent to do so in my stead.
All right.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I say, it will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you...
Let's go. Faster! Straight home now. All yours, Corporal. Over here! Go, Corporal! This one! Over here! Fly, Ambrosia. You deserve a rest. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There'll still be survivors. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. Now, Torgal! This one. Go, Torgal! Attack! Stick him! Bahamut, attack! Stick him! Go, Torgal! Get him! Should have stayed in the pub. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught.
Cyril, losses which could have been avoided. Were these your...
No. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a... The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. We live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril, but allow me to offer you a word of it. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix. Please.
I thank you, for if you will permit me to respond. Our fate and we of the Undying will do what we believe is right as first shield to the Phoenix. I am sure you understand what it means to do one's...
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord.
We of the Undying devote our lives to the service of the...
You're here. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing.
Anyone without a blade, come and get one. Sharpest edge in Dravost, guaranteed.
Clive!
And the Akash.
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. Enough for the village.
Well done.
Welcome. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah. So have I.
Sorry, Clive. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you?
Prick or not, I won't abandon Dravost to a swarm of Akashi.
Just say the word. The village... There's no to keep out of sight when the fighting starts.
You,
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right, you don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
I can't...
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls, and there are more coming up. They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me?
August's right. I've seen what Akashi beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, and it won't come to that. Take good care of
Leave it to me, and...
All right. Which one of you's first? miss me. This way. Get him! Sick him! This one. Get him! This one. Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood.
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village...
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, we'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you, so...
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened, I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, you'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. Something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravot, our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day. Not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to... The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him... Blackthorn. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well.
Even better than I...
Sid.
And this is?
A token, but designs for a certain sword have been passed down.
Now, hold on. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. I'll admit your cinders making the engraving, and they're not just...
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravor? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs between the two of us.
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan.
With a little help from...
I'll tell you what, Clive.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of pepio nuts and all.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword.
It's funny. You remember Camille? The steel, meanwhile, and that whetstone... And the final flurry.
A team effort, led...
Now. Right.
To the bellow.
Well, Bug.
The sword.
It's... thank you.
So?
You'll take, but we're up.
A list of material.
Zoltan and I got talking on the...
We reckon with those items there, we could...
That's a weapon
I was hoping.
One legend at a time, mate.
Good idea. No more drinking if... Trouble with your gear, or... I never thought me and Zoltan would, and if it hadn't been for you... So, what'd it be? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. And?
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clive. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. I'll keep providing them with, but if Eastpool's going to survive, as of those, they've lived their whole lives in small wonder they ain't got the foggiest out. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but...
All right.
Thanks. There.
Gizal greens.
Not the most mouth. Better that than some... And chocobos love 'em too. They ain't exactly...
I'll take you.
Anyway, I'll go up there...
I'm sure you will.
Anything catch your eye? Thanks very much. There you go. Thanks very much. There you go. Take care out there, eh?
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have.
Nearly
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes. Colours too. Mostly green though.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly keep up.
Doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking...
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that she's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away.
That was her just now, so...
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. After her brush with those, she's dangerous.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort.
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. She asked me to join her at the Baum Archers. It's a wonder she still trusts me after everything.